What is up, party people? So we are back with another video. Today we are going to be meal prepping because I know a lot of people struggle with that and it doesn't have to be as hard as you might think it is. So we're just going to get right into it. Over here I have already started my rice and my water is boiling for my potatoes. I have 2 sweet potatoes here that we're going to cut. I just left the carbs out of it because that stuff's boring. So I'm just going to cut these up, wait for the water to boil, throw those babies in, and then we're gonna get into cooking the meat. As you can see, I just got my hair cut and I kind of have a love-hate relationship with it right now, so. Until I figure out what I can do with it, I'm kind of just putting it in a bun and in a ponytail. My straightener, I got my hair cut 2 days ago. So my straightener, I went home and I told the lady, like, you don't have to style it. Because by the time we were done, it was 7 p.m. So I was like, don't bother styling my hair. I'll just go home and play with it. You know how it is. I get home, I start straightening my hair, all good. I get the one side completely done how I liked it. And then I get to this side, I go to do my hair. The iron in my straightener just fell out. That was like the thin straightener that I have, and I have another one that's really wide and it's really hard to do my bangs with. So long story short, I have to invest into another straightener. Okay, 1 potato done. Yeah, I'm gonna throw them in. Oh, spicy. I used to work in a kitchen. You'd think I know what I'm doing. I don't. Once upon a time, I was gonna go to school for culinary. And then I ended up going to school for police foundations instead. Dropped out of school. Got a job as an apprentice instead in an automotive shop. And now I'm a personal trainer. Long story short, I think going to school is freaking useless until you figure your life out. Anyway, back to meal prep. So I put way too much water in here. Lost 2 soldiers into the sink and I'm not eating those. Now that the potatoes are cooking, we're gonna be cooking some ground beef, some ground turkey, and some steak. And then I'm gonna shred some chicken because I bought a rotisserie chicken from the grocery store the other day because I was literally starving and I just ate it in the car like a fucking savage. Whatever you gotta do to get your meals in, dude. So, unlike every other bodybuilder on earth, I used to use this stuff, but because it has propellants in it and soy lactate, or I don't even know how to pronounce this shit, so excuse me. But because it has this in it, I'm not using it. So instead, we're using coconut oil or butter. And yes, I know, it's extra calories. That's okay. I can account for it. I'd rather have the extra calories in something that I know how to pronounce, but I'd rather use those things and be mindful of calories that it contains than use something that I don't know how to pronounce. That shit scares me. So right now on the clock, I just want to point this out to you guys. It's 7:05. Ground beef usually takes about 9 or 10 minutes to cook. So we don't want to hear those excuses that I don't have time. Because if you have time to go through the drive-thru, you have time to cook this. Our potatoes are probably done now. Yeah, they're done. And then I salt the shit out of my beef, so. If you don't have one of these, you need one. Oh, and then something else I wanted to mention was, as soon as I'm cooking this one, I take the other one out because it comes in a 2-pack. And I take the other one out of the freezer and I put it in the fridge. So by the time I want to cook it, it's defrosted. Okay, well that's doing its thing. I'm gonna strain the potatoes. And when I strain my potatoes, I rinse them in cold water because they hold such a residual heat that they can cook by themselves if you don't rinse them in cold water. Okay, y'all. She's done. It's 7:13. I just keep a pot in the freezer of beef grease and then I just pour it in there. Because Jesus Christ, my pan has seen better days. I forgot what I was gonna say. I feel like we all have a pot or a can or something that we pour grease into, so don't judge me. Oh, another lost soldier. Okay, our rice is done as well, so I'm just gonna take that out. Why did I do that? Okay, these are chilling. So I'm gonna get my little steakies here all marinated, and then while they're marinating, we're gonna cook the turkey bacon. We're gonna cook the ground turkey. And then after that, we're basically done other than shredding chicken. We started at 7:05, it's 7:18 right now. I'm telling you guys, it doesn't take a lot of time. It takes under an hour to meal prep. 1, 2, 3, 6 items. We don't want to hear excuses. I find that something that people do is they take a certain day and then they meal prep on that certain day. And while that might work for you in your schedule, I don't really think it works for me personally, because I have this thing with food that I think it goes bad in 2 days. So I want to meal prep like every 2 days, because otherwise I'm really in my head and it freaks me out. So I meal prep more often, and that's just a me thing. So if you find that meal prepping on Sundays is what fits your schedule best, do that. I'm not saying this is like the only way that you can meal prep. I'm just saying this is my way of meal prepping, because I'm not gonna eat food that's been in the fridge longer than 3 days, because I'm fucking weird. So round 2, same thing. Coconut oil in the pan. Another thing is I salt the shit out of my ground turkey as well, so you're not missing anything off camera here. I'm not a huge fan of like crazy spices. I like my food pretty bland. Because I like my food so bland, I know I'll be fine in prep, which is great, because a lot of people struggle with like how plain food is and all that stuff, so I think I'll be fine. Okay, we are marinating the steaks now. Literally just salt, pepper, little bit of garlic powder. Nothing crazy over here on my end, like I was just rambling about. Oh no, I was holding one side of the steak and I was ripping it apart. I ran out of organic garlic powder. Okay, so salt. Salt the fuck out of that shit. Tap, 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 tap. Tap her in. Holy! That's done. The steak looks really nice. It's very marbly. Okay, well the steak's marinate. I'm just gonna shred this chicken. No chickens were harmed in the making of this YouTube video. I found the wishbone. Who's gonna break it with me? If you're in a rush, this is a great hack. I live in Canada, so we just get these little chickens at Sobeys. So I don't have any recommendations for those people living in the States. If you guys have anything like this, if you do, let me know so I can recommend. Something that I just want to point out is how perfect life looks on the internet. Guys, I'm gonna be really honest with you. It took me making this YouTube video for me to do this meal prep. So that's just me being real. I've also just got over a cold that lasted like what felt like forever. So I also haven't been to the gym in like a week because I've been sick. And this is the first day where I'm feeling like I actually can do anything. Hence the YouTube video, hence doing the meal prep. And something that I have a hard time with when I do get sick is being human about it. It was a little forced reset that I obviously needed. Had to reach out to my business coaches today and be like, yo, my life feels like it's falling apart. They're like, Joel, you're human. yeah, so my coaches had to give me a kick in the ass, and sometimes that's what you need. Sometimes you need to have those people you can lean into, and sometimes it takes hiring somebody. And that's okay. Okay, the rest of this chicken can go cluck itself, because I'm not dealing with that. Actually, I have a bag of compost. I'm just gonna throw these chicken bones in there. I put it in the freezer. To anybody who composts, it's a hack. Because then it doesn't like stink on your counter. And then once she's full, you just go and take her outside. All right, my pan is heating. We're gonna put those steaks on in a second, and then that's literally all she wrote. And that will probably take me under an hour. I prepped rice, sweet potatoes, turkey bacon, ground beef, steak, and I shredded up some chicken, all under an hour. So no more excuses that you don't have time, because if you can't carve out an hour for yourself to feed yourself properly and fuel your body, then there's something deeper that you need to dive into. Meet yourself where you're at. Why are you having such a hard time meal prepping? Why is it so much easier for you to go to the drive-thru than to stand here for an hour and cook? All right, let her sit, 2 minutes, 2 minutes. All right, guys, there you have it. Steakies are done, chicken shredded, ground beef cooked, turkey, rice, sweet potatoes, all done. And it is, the clock on my stove is wrong. I just realized that. So it was 6:05 when we started. It's now 6:58. Under an hour, meal prep done in under an hour. So I just wanted to debunk the time portion of meal prepping, because that took under an hour. We started at 6:05, we ended at 6:58. That just, sorry, but proves all you wrong. And 10 minutes cooking meat, 15 minutes total to prep a whole meal is the same time that it'll take you to drive through a drive-through. And it's hard to wrap your mind around that because it seems faster, but it's not. And I really want to emphasize that, because you guys deserve to eat to fuel your body, not just mindlessly eat whatever you want because that's what your body's telling you that you want. You are in control, you hold the power, and it's time to take your power back, and it can simply start with meal prepping. I am doing my own bulk now, so I do want to talk to you guys a little bit about that before I go. So essentially, I fired my coach, but not for any reason other than the fact that I just wanted to I wanted to put myself into a bulk and really see where I can take myself by myself. Something I think my clients deserve is me being able to put myself into a bulk and record it and do the thing. So that's kind of what my next videos are gonna start looking like, is me documenting my journey. So I'm just getting out of a cut. This morning I was 126.6, which is the lowest I've been in the cut so far. Probably due to my cold and my sickness because I wasn't eating very much and I was freaking couch ridden. So getting back to a place where my health is completely optimized, because I was feeling like a bag last week. It's taken a couple years, so that was really humbling. And that's another reason why it's kind of hard to be human, is because I wasn't sick for so long that I forgot like how bad you can get sick. So that was cool. But now we're back and we're doing the thing, and I'm gonna document my whole bulk for you guys. So like I said, I'm gonna cut, we're gonna go back into a reverse, and then maintenance, and then a bulk probably for 6 to 8 months. And then we're gonna go into prep. I'm so excited. This has been the longest thing I've ever waited for in my life. And I've chosen to continue my off season and not step on stage. Where I'm at currently, I probably could but I just want to bring the best possible package to the stage that I possibly can. So that's where we're at. I am currently sitting at 2,100 calories, I think, somewhere around there. And this week we're gonna boost up a little bit, little by little. And then eventually we're gonna be in a bulk and feeling strong. I'm gonna keep cardio in my plan just because I don't wanna get chunky during this bulk because I am doing it by myself. So I just wanna take full advantage of what I'm capable of and carry on doing cardio. We're not gonna get reckless. I'm still sober, still staying on track there. And yeah, so life feels great. I feel really good about getting back on track after this cold whooped my butt. And that's where we're at. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it provided some value for you. I hope that you can take something from it and apply it, because I find it very important that we debunk these meal prep and time management issues that people are having, because it's really not as deep as you might think it is. It's really literally just getting up and doing the thing. And I even told you guys, like, I didn't want to get up and do the thing. It took making this YouTube video to be like, okay, yeah, I do need to meal prep, and I might as well do it all at once. So we're not perfect, but it's better to start today than keep telling yourself you're gonna start on Monday. So I love you. Have the best night. Well, it's nighttime for me. And we'll see you in the next video. I love you so much.